So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take your that beat you just sent me and the lyrics you sent me too on Skype, and then memorize them a little bit, and then I'm gonna do it back to you, okay? Because it's like, you know, it's a lot of what we've done before is what we got to do today too, right? It's like you have all the parts, but now you just need a little bit of help in putting them together, right? Because it's like all the parts are there. You just got to put them in the right order and the right shape. You know, like we've said before, like you're a good writer, right? You're a good poet. And now kind of, so you've got that half of rapping down. And now you just need to work on the musical part of it, right? The rhythm part of it and the flow part of it. I think will be really good for you. So let me just set this up real quick, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do first, and then I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to send it back to you, and I think it'll really open your eyes because it'll be your words and your beat. It'll just be in a different way, right? So wow, where did that track go? How is that possible? Okay. Sorry, I gotta download it again. My bad. Okay, is that a cool thing to do? Come on, dog. What? No, I got it. I don't know what happened, that time. But yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. So we'll call this, Darius demonstration. Then we'll set this up. And I'm recording this video too, so I can send this, to you too, okay? So there we go. Now, where is my microphone? Right, okay, because, you know, it's like, I can sort of tell that right now, what you're worried about is saying all the right words. And when that happens, people don't really pay attention to whether or not the words they're saying sound natural. You know, so do you, memorize your, words before you rap them? Okay, so you're not reading off of... Okay, good. Okay, because remember, the goal is when you rap is for you to sound just like how you sound in normal life, right? So I'm gonna give you another thing, okay? It is to... Yeah. Where'd I go? Yeah, I don't... Wow, that's really weird. It just, like, erased me. uh... Uh... Okay, Bleh. Hold on. Let me try it again. It's loading again. Okay, just give it a second. Okay, let's take you, and we'll make... Okay, I'm still not back. You can't see me, can you? Alright. Alright, well, I'm just setting this up anyway. Oh, let's give it a little more time. Come on, dog. Bro, Skype is the worst sometimes. Oh my god, Alright, cool. Okay, cool. Let's see if you can see me now, and if... Hold on. Nothing. Okay, I'm gonna call you back real quick, okay? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Alright, 1 second. Can you see me?
No.
Okay, sorry. I don't know what's happening. So do you mind just doing it like this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. I can't forget. Oh, I did the same thing. Wait. Sorry, I just got to set it up a little bit. So let's talk about the song right now while I do this. So it's just sort of what I've said before, right? It's like, here's another thing you can do for your homework to get a little better. And I might have asked you to do this before, but if so, I still think you could learn from it by doing it again. So do you have anything you could walk around and record with, like a phone or something? Okay, well, how about you do this, right? The next time you're hanging out with, like, who do you hang out with the most? Do you have a best friend or a roommate or your girlfriend? Okay, alright. Well, next time you and him are hanging out, what do you guys like to do? Okay, does he ever... Okay, well, the next time you do that, if you're at a bar or something, I want you to take out your phone and just record you talking, okay? Tell him this. Tell him that you're doing this and you're doing it so you understand your voice better, okay? Because you got to understand your voice like an instrument. Remember when Jean Grey told me that when I asked her what the best flow is? And she said, the best flow is different for everyone. You have to get to know your voice like an instrument. You know, I sent you that interview and I'm sure you've read it a lot. But you have to listen to your voice, right? And it's funny because we don't really do that when we talk to each other. When we talk, we just make sure that we're making sense. But we don't really pay attention to what our voice sounds like, you know? Is it, and these are the words you want to ask yourself. Is it raspy? Is it low? Is it high? Is it sharp? Is it blurry? Is it blunted? Is it energetic? Is it laid back? Okay? So you want to get to know your voice, right? So then when you go to rap, you know how your voice should sound. Because remember, the goal is how you sound on a rap song, to be exactly the same as how you sound in real life, basically, okay? And so that's what you got to do, because right now you sound a little stilted, right? A little awkward, you know, a little like you're performing, right? You sound like you're in a play. And that's death to rap, you know, because rap is the real thing. When we go and watch a play, we know that's fiction. We know that that guy isn't actually Hamlet from Shakespeare or whatever, you know? We know that guy isn't really Willy Loman from Death of a Salesman. It's a famous American play. But in rap, Eminem is really Eminem, isn't he? He's not pretending. He calls himself Marshall Mathers, you know? You know what I'm saying? But it's like who's your favorite actor? Really? Okay. So, like, when Robert De Niro plays someone, though, you know that he's not really the guy from Raging Bull or whatever. He's actually Robert De Niro, right? But we want to get away from that, okay? We want you to be Darius. What do you rap under? What's your rap name? Darius, right? Okay, yeah, that's cool. Let's just call you Darius for now, then. Then Darius has to sound like Darius, okay? So how you're talking to me now, that's how I want you to rap. You know what I'm saying? So you got a low voice. You don't use too many words. Maybe because English isn't your first language. It's Romanian, right? Yeah. So you got to keep all this in mind when you rap then, okay? And I'm going to show you how. Is all this making sense so far? Okay, because it's like, when you start off the song, remember we talked a little bit about the dramatic arc, how things should start calm, then get really energetic and exciting, and then come back down. On this song, you started off a little bit too energetic, right? And you can do that sometimes, but you got to show that you know that you're doing that. So right now, it's like you start at the start of the second verse, which is kind of weird, right? Because we should always start at the start of the first verse, obviously. But it's like, so you could do this, it's just not the right part of the song to do it at yet, right? And so really, what's kind of funny is that the song really starts around the lines, yeah, that's right, I've been there, or around there, okay? Because those words are slower, right? And I'll compare them to you real quick, so you know what I mean, okay? Yeah, these days good phase, but back then the lion's den psychosis. That's actually the first line of your rap, right? That should really be how you start it off, because that's calmer. It's setting the stage, right? Remember how we talked about when you watch a movie? It's not like you're watching the bank get robbed or whatever, right? It's like you're meeting the bank robbers first, right? Okay? So if I were you, I would go back, rewrite this so that these days good phase, but back then Lion's Den psychosis is the first line. Okay, and so take everything from a letter to brunette queen deserving of a coronet until through all the cold and snow I remain, and put that at the start of the second verse, okay? Because those rhythms are quick, you know, and that's how it just works. So a good example of this is, oh shit, you know what? A good example of this is, can you hear me?
Yeah.
A good example of this is Welcome to America by Ludacris, okay? Because he starts out slow and then he gets faster, and I'll show you real quick, okay?
Digestive Advantage have 2 ways to support your digestive health. New Digestive Advantage.
The royal penis is curly, fat. When you
Eat, man, they wanna spoil
some grapes on
these bitches throwing rose petals at my feet,
So
man.
here-
They wanna spoil me, treating me like royalty. What am I supposed to do? It's such a sweet thing. Work that track, whip them like Kunta. That's why they stay down. They loyal citizens of Zamunda.
Right? He's just like whip them like Kunta. They stayed down because they're loyal citizens of Zamunda. But now listen later on.
Stop till I retire. Oh no, we stay swole, rolling up. Yeah, mother nigga stop. A lot of people just don't understand. So he won't filth is a purple. He won't on out and true with it, man. I was on the QP land. We go to flavor. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, can I get a little hit of that?
And now it's a lot quicker, right?
TP's got a bigger trap, look at that. Got me rolling on that, where they kick it at. And a lot of people just don't know. Shady Park, you heard, just don't go.
A lot of people just don't know. Jada Park, just don't go. You know? Okay, so that's kind of the basic way to set it up. So there are other ways to do it, you know, like Busta Rhymes' Break Your Neck is always fast. But that works because he's always fast. You know, your song, you slow down, right? And so that's why I would rearrange it, okay? And so, psychosis. So I'm going to do that right now, okay? And we'll save that part for later, okay? Okay, awesome. Got any questions so far?
No.
Okay, awesome. Then, also because, you know, this line is a lot better line, right? It's something simple, but you should always start off your songs with your best line and end it with your best line, okay? Either your first one should be your best or second best, and your last one should be your best or second best, okay? So it's like you have a lot of good ideas and good words in here, okay? So like psychosis is a good word, right? And it's nice that you start off with such a juxtaposition, you know, when you put two contrasting ideas right next to each other. Because you say, these days are good, basically, but then you say, but it used to be bad. And it's nice because a lot of times people will talk about both, but you hint at the good and then move right to the bad right away, right? Okay? So this is also why we want to start this line with this. And then it's an interesting rhyme scheme, right? Because we kind of think the rhyme will come on phase, because you're like, these days good phase, and then we expect like, these days good phase, I'm in a maze, or whatever. You know, it's amazing, or whatever, right? It doesn't matter what the rhyme is, it just matters that we expected you to have one. But then you don't, and you have psychosis red roses, okay? Which is really nice, right? So yeah, so it's a good idea. It has a nice, interesting word, and it's a good poetic idea. It's a good rhyming idea, and then you have a good rhyme scheme to go with it too, okay? So that's why we're starting off here too. And bread was spread, nothing to eat. Living on the street, it ain't sweet. Couldn't make ends meet. Okay, and then do you remember the other lesson when we had, we did the streets? We listened to the streets a lot.
Yeah.
And he's got the one song where he takes lots of pauses. What's that song called? It's about his girlfriend. Yeah, it's too late. Another bit of homework would be go back and listen to It's Too Late again by the Streets, okay? And listen for his pauses and answer these questions. After what kind of sentences does he take pauses? And where in the verse / song does he take pauses? Like structure-wise. Like start, end, middle. Okay?
Yeah.
And then answer this. How do the pauses add to the story's emotional effect? Okay? Because this is sort of also a little bit of what your song is missing, is that you don't give us time to really hear your words and assimilate them. Okay? Because look, Kanye West is a great producer and a great rapper, because he doesn't just know how he hears his songs. He knows how you hear his songs. Okay? He understands how his listeners hear his songs. And that's what you got to do too. Okay? Because it's like, yeah, man, you know this song. You will always know this song better than anyone else in the world. Because you made it. Right? You made it. But you can't assume that we know the song as well as you. Right? Which means you can't have, you know, references people don't get. You can't talk about things and not explain them. And you can't give us too many words without giving us time to understand it. Because remember, this is the first time I'm hearing this song, right? It's something simple, but it's something that tons of people don't understand well enough. This is the first time I'm hearing your song, right? I'm going to write this shit down because it is important. This is the first time I'm hearing your song. So it's like you got to give us pacing, man. You got to give us time, right? Again, this is like a meal, right? When we sit down to eat, we don't just dig in to the steak or whatever, right? You know, you go out to a restaurant, you get a drink, right? And then you talk a little bit. And then you get an appetizer, right? Which whets your appetite for the big entree, and then you get a dessert, right? So appetizers here, you go up to the high point on the entree, and then you come back down, right? And so we need this shape to your verse too, okay? You got to lead us somewhere and then come back. And the last point, I would say, another thing for homework. You got a cat?
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, yeah. What's his name? Aw. What's his
He
name?
doesn't have a name yet. I've just found it on the street.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice of you. I don't know. Name it, Meow. Well, have you ever heard the album Meow the Jewels?
No.
Oh, it's a Run the Jewels remix where everything has been replaced by cats. Here, you can check it out. I'll send it to you. But the other thing for homework to do is, flow. Just flow. Just flow. Literally, the next song I want you to do is to just flow. So put on a beat, and then flow to it. And flow means come up with syllables, but not words. So just pick one syllable. Like, I usually use duh. So I'll go like da 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 da. And that's all I want you to do. I just want you to flow, okay? Don't come up with words. Don't do rhymes. Don't do a story. Just literally a flow. Pick a beat you like still, but just go like duh, duh. Sorry. Duh, 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 da da da, da 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 da, da 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 da, because that will help you. That will help you work on your phrasing, because that's also a big part of this. You know, is that the phrase is your sentence. Okay, the phrase is your sentence, right? So obviously, words make up sentences, and sentences are the same thing as phrases. And then phrases, when they get put together, make up a verse. And verses, when they get put together, make up a song, okay? And this is the structure every rapper has to put into their verse, okay? And right now, we need phrasing from you. We need these sort of stop and starts so that it's not just go, 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 go all the time, okay? And it sounds like I'm telling you a lot of stuff to do, but when I re-rap your verse, you'll see that these things are already in there. You just gotta bring them out, right? And it gets brought out by taking pauses, leading your voice up and down, cutting some words off. So instead of saying like defeat, you say defeat, right? Instead of yeah, that's right, I've been there. You say, yeah, sorry, let's pick a good one. Like the afterglow in a framing painting, you would say the pain remains tomorrow like the afterglow in a framing painting. You know? And so you just cut the word off a little bit. You're not cutting it from painting to paint, but from painting to like painting. You know? It's just, you gotta give us these breaths. Right? Right? So ask yourself, where are the breath? What do you call it? When someone catches a breath. Where are the pauses in my verse that allows my listener to catch their breath, right? Because we want to hear it like listeners, right? Okay? You got any questions?
No.
These days, good phase, but back then, lion's den, psychosis, red roses, the soul is dead. Bread with spread, nothing to eat. Okay, yeah, so then I'm going to try, maybe I'll have to do it more than once. But I'm gonna try and do your beat. It'll play out, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, give me a second then, and I will put everything I just talked about into practice, okay? So let's see what we get. I might have to do it more than one time, in order to bring it out. Nice. Okay, cool. Then let's do this. So I'm going to start off with that line, okay? And even, I already know, these days good phase, but back then, lion's den. Sorry, let me see where to come in. Yeah, see, right there, lion's den, the word den should be on beat 1, okay? So it will go like this. So I'm going to arrange it like this. So then you would be at these days good phase, but back gotta go earlier. These days good phase, but too early. Sorry, I gotta arrange it with the tempo. Do you know what the tempo is?
Yeah.
What?
The speed.
Okay, do you know what the tempo of this song is? I got it. It's like 70. Alright, so let's do 70. And that's probably just 4. Oh man, and he already set it up. Alright, let's see. These days good phase, but back then, lion's den. That's nice. These days good phase, but back then, lion's den. That's a little stilted. Let's try it again. These days, good phase, but back then... it's probably just one bar. These days, good phase, but back then, lion's den. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'm just gonna go for it. So, let's see, and I'll do as much as I can. Okay? And remember, what I'm doing here is I'm just looking for the rhymes, okay? because rhymes come at the end of sentences normally, right? And
Yeah.
so if I know where the rhymes are, then I know where the phrases are, and then I know how this song structure goes together, right? So this is just, and then I'm gonna send it to you, and I want you to compare it how I do it to how you do it, okay? So let me get the start right. These days, good phase, but back then, Lion's Den. Nice. Alright. Test. Oh, nope, can't have that shit on. Sorry, I gotta turn the metronome off. Oh, screw that. Test. Nice. Alright, then let me turn up the beat a little bit. Alright, man. Close that. These days, good phase, but back then, Lion's Den, Psychosis, Red Roses, the soul is dead, bread was bread, nothing to eat, living on the street, it ain't sweet, couldn't make ends meet, met defeat, yeah, that's right, I've been there, despair, can't let go, the pain remains tomorrow, like the afterglow, in a framing painting, by Van Gogh, this flowing audio, is worth 1,000 words, a manifesto of sad stories, worries, no glories, I cling to think it through. You know, I think of you. You know who? At night, under the light, I write, thinking of you. They don't say bring a knife to a gunfight, but taking a life means something to you. You know? Okay, you hear that? You hear that? Right? So my delivery was okay, but the phrasing is what it's all about, right? So I'm gonna play it back. These days, good phase, but back then, Lion's Den, Psychosis, Red Roses, the soul is dead, bread was spread, nothing to eat. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Alright, let's listen to it then. These days, good phase, but back then, Lion's Den, Psychosis, Red Roses, the soul is dead, bread was spread, nothing to eat, living on the street, it ain't sweet, couldn't make ends meet, met defeat. Yeah, that's right, I've been there. Despair, can't let go, the pain remains tomorrow, like the afterglow in a framing painting by Van Gogh. This flowing audio is worth 1,000 words, a manifesto of sad stories, worries, no glories, I cling to think it through. You know, I think of you. You know who? At night, under the light, I write, thinking of you. They don't say bring a knife to a gunfight, but taking a life means something to you. Right? So you hear all the pauses I'm taking?
Yeah.
You hear how I'm not just sort of reading everything and then running through it, okay? It's got a phrase structure to it, which is a little bit of what you need to work on, okay? So let me show you the phrase structure then real quick, right? These days, good phase, but back then, Lion's Den, Psychosis. Hear that? I don't just go, let's listen to yours real quick. Let's listen to yours. Let's listen to yours.
Olha, you a brunette queen deserving of a coronet. I can't forget and I still regret. Stuck in my mind like a dog behind the car park to that. Letting you know what is the pain. Through all the cold and snow I remain. These days, good face, but back then I was then. Psychosis, Red Roses, the soul is dead. Right? You're kind of just like, but back then, Lion's Den, Psychosis, Red Roses, the soul is dead. Right? And I do it like this. These days, good phase, but back then, Lion's Den, Psychosis, Red Roses, the soul is dead, bread was spread, right? Okay? So, I take a pause
These
after
days, good
Psychosis.
phase, but back then, Lion's Den, Psychosis.
And then that gives the listener time to think about, Psychosis. That's an awesome fucking word. What does Darius mean when he said he was in the Lion's Den back then, you know? And then they're with you. They're caught up to you, right? It's like you gotta hold their hand while you walk with them through the rap song, okay? Because again, like they're like a little kid, man. You know, if you take a little kid to the park, say your nephew or your son or something, you don't just like run 50 miles ahead of him, right? You hold his hand walking with him through the park, okay? And that's what you got to do. So, and I do this all the time, right? And you'll notice that after I do, the more I do, say if I've got even more words, more quicker rhythms, more exciting stuff, the pauses are longer, okay? So it's like you gotta balance it out, right? And I'll show you. Let's listen to it again.
These days, good phase, but back then, lion's den, psychosis, red roses, the soul is dead, bread was spread, nothing to eat, living on the street, it ain't sweet, couldn't make ends meet, met defeat, yeah, that's right, I've been there, despair, can't let go, the pain remains tomorrow, like the afterglow, in a framing painting, by Van Gogh, this flowing audio is worth 1,000 words, a manifesto of sad stories, worries, no glories, I cling to think it through.
Right? Okay, so that's like the climax of the verse so far. A manifesto of sad stories, worries, no glories, I cling to think it through, okay? And I know that's the climax because it has more syllables, it has quicker rhythms, it has more juicier, better, more poetic words, and its message is the crux of what you've gotten to, right? The reason you want to go back to the lion's den in the first line is revealed in this line. It's so you can think it through. Is the crux of the whole verse so far. And then what do? I slow it back down, right?
You know, I think of you.
You know, I think of you. You know, I'm not just like a manifesto of sad stories, no worries, I cling to think it through. You know, I think of you. You know who, at night under the light. Because again, there's no structure to that, right? It's not a conversation between you and the music. And that's really what we want, okay? So let's listen to it again.
These days, good phase, but back then, lion's den, psychosis, red roses, the soul is dead, bread was spread, nothing to eat, living on the street, it ain't sweet, couldn't make ends meet, met defeat, yeah, that's right, I've been there, despair, can't let go, the pain remains tomorrow, like the afterglow, in a framing painting, by Van Gogh, this flowing audio
Here we go.
is worth 1,000 words, a manifesto of sad stories, worries, no glories, I cling to think it through. You know, I think of you. You know who?
Do you hear that? You know, we get pretty exciting, pretty crazy, and then I immediately dial it back.
Afterglow, in a framing painting, by Van Gogh, this flowing audio is worth 1,000 words, a manifesto of sad stories, worries, no glories, I cling to think it through. You know, I think of you.
See?
You know who? At night.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's listen to the rest of it.
Under
then,
the
real
light,
quick.
I write, thinking of you. They don't say bring a knife to a gunfight, but taking a life means something to you. No? Okay, you hear that?
Right? Okay?
Yeah.
You get what I'm talking about then?
Yeah, I need to make more pauses again.
Yeah, exactly. And it's more about what those pauses do for the verse, you know? Because, like, I can tell you just to add more pauses. And yeah, that'll make it sound better. But you're adding pauses. Remember this. Are you taking notes?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought I saw you writing some. No, but you're adding pauses so that the verse has a structure to it, okay? And it's funny. It must be funny because I didn't change any words, right? I just took your lines exactly and then gave them more structure, okay? And I did that by looking for the end of sentences and rhymes, right? Because I knew that's where I was supposed to stop and start, okay? And so this is really here. I'll quick bounce this. Let me I'll send this back to you, okay? And then you can listen to it too, whenever you want. Yeah, that's good. Bounce. Wait, hold up. Yeah, okay. I don't care. Oh, yeah, sure. All right, cool. Yeah, and I'll send this back to you now then, okay? But yeah, you know, it's what we've talked a lot about before. It's like you're a good writer, but now you got to add that musical part to it, okay?
All right.
All right. Well, let me quick send you the file from this. Darius. Bounces. Is it big? It's 15.2. I can make it. Hold on. I think I can make it just a little smaller. Do you have good internet?
Yeah.
You do? Okay, alright. It should be fine then. But let me just make it real quick. Yeah. Alright, here we go, man. Alright, here. You get that?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, cool. So when you go back and sit down for the next time you write, why don't you think about that kind of stuff, okay?
Alright.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so did you have any questions about what we've been doing?
No, not at all, except for one. Cause I started, I wanted not to make pauses, and I thought it sounds cool, but apparently it doesn't sound cool at all, so I guess I'm gonna have to rethink everything.
Which? You mean on this one?
Yeah, on this one.
No. No, you did it well.
Yeah.
You improved a lot, okay? If you go back and listen to here, let me see if I got the first song you sent me. Date. Yeah, in February.
With these.
I gave you a hug, I gave you my earplugs so you can hear what I hear. Who gave you my eyes to see what I see?
I don't, is this the first one you sent me?
This is the second one.
Yeah, I must, I'm trying to find the one about with you and the girl at the sunset. Do you have that?
Yeah.
At the beach? Could you send that real quick to me? Do you have it?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Well, I remember what it sounded like. And that was really just like a long run-on. You know, that had no pauses at all. Right? So it was just like you know, and so now it's like you've got pauses, but they're sort of like in the wrong place. You know, and so we have to put them in the right places now. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't want to make it sound like it's back to the drawing board or you got to start over from square one or rip up everything and come up with a new plan, because that's not what it is at all. You know, it's just like now we got to put the pauses in the right place so that it sounds a little more natural and it flows a little bit. Okay?
All right.
Okay, cool. So we still have a little bit of time. But yeah, I don't know. I think you've got a lot of good stuff. So did you want to talk about something else? Do you have another? Do you have another?
We can.
Okay, yeah. Do you have another song, or what do you want to do?
I've already sent you this song, but I've made an improvement.
Okay, yeah. Why don't how about you send it and we can check it out?
I've sent it.
Okay, there it is. Sorry, I gotta text my girlfriend back real quick.
No problem. Take your time.
Yeah. Where do you live again? Liverpool?
No, I live in Romania right now.
Oh, okay, you're back there?
Yeah, I might move to Spain or Canada.
Oh, Canada. Hey, come on over, man. Alright, nothing strange? Alright, let's check this out.
I think of you, love is true, who knew, me and you, a love like this, a reminiscence of the greatest hits makes me spit like this, the flicks of your weather skins make me collect my wits, I think of you, you think of me, from flower to flower like a bee, be searching for a sheep, be standing on my knee, solemn, falling for your pollen, So you're like a caller, you bring out the best in me. Destiny, you and me. There's no somebody like you, so there's nobody but you. You thinking of me thinking of you. Love is true, above you. There's nothing I place, loving grace, the girl with a stunning face, a color in a shining case, one of a kind, we're fine, intertwined, hand in hand. I'm melting like ice, staring in your eyes, not telling lies. She's got no selling price, so think twice.
Nice, man. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so that actually has almost everything that I'm talking about already, that I just talked about with My Letter to You. You do it well on Nothing Strange. So I recognize it. What did you change? It sounds like you started out the same way and then wrote a new bars at the end.
Yeah.
Is that what you did?
It's after this song, Destiny, you and me.
Okay.
After this song, it's all new.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, you know, I like that part. It's really good. You do a good job of that one line that I still think about a lot. You're thinking of me, I'm thinking of you. That one. You know, where you go back and forth with it and you just bring it out every so often, even when it doesn't rhyme. That's really nice. That's a really nice idea. So you should turn this into a real song, if you weren't gonna. But the thing I'm happiest about with that song is that it sounds like you're locating your delivery. You know, your good delivery, right? So it's like every rapper has a delivery that they just go to again and again, right? Okay, so it's like Earl Sweatshirt pretty much sounds similar.
Stop screaming, bitch. Shouldn't be that long.
So I'll write it down. Every rapper has a go-to delivery, right? So Earl Sweatshirt on these songs has a similar delivery, right? So like Earl, Whoa, Doris, I think it's just called Doris. Yeah, hold on. Sorry, one sec. What the shit is it?
Salmon skin bandana.
No, Uncle Al.
Recovery. Diction buttery. Grass dependent. Yo nigga was switching past.
And then I think it's Doris. No.
Promise hair. Promise hair, Ron. I put my fist up after I get my dick sucked. Quick buck.
Right? So he's got the same delivery like on all these songs, right? It's just low, scarily laid back is how I would put it. Slow, complex rhythms, long rhymes, right? And that's his go-to flow. You know, that's like flow 1. Right, and I've got a flow kind of like that. Actually, I do, but none of those songs are like recorded right now. Hold on, let me see if I can find some of mine that are like that.
You ain't side. Who buy this shit?
Okay, that's a little hard to tell. But so the thing about Earl is. Right, he's got his go-to flow. So with this song, I think you are kind of getting close to your go-to flow. And I think it might be like sort of in this louder...
It's true. Who knew?
This louder, higher, shouting like... Obviously, you're not shouting, you know. But it's like, oh, who knew? Me and you. You know, almost like a chant, right? I think is like a good delivery that works for you, you know, and just from, it's sort of like, 90s guys, who would go, 90s, like, G-Funk guys. So let me think if I can think of a rapper who's got a flow like that. It's a Tupac, he might be in the Outlaws. Oh, hold on, let me look up some Tupac stuff real quick. Because I think if you listen to this rapper, he might give you some ideas on what to do with your own flow, okay? Yeah.
Niggas out there jealous.
No, actually, it's from the greatest.
How long will they move?
Yeah. Okay. So listen to the song Picture Me Rollin'. by Tupac, but you don't want to hear the Tupac verse. What you want is the second verse.
Yeah, nigga. Hey, but peep how my nigga Psych do. Guess who's back?
At 135, okay? Listen to that verse. And here, I can quick send you it. Picture me rolling, and then we'll listen to it real quick. I'm just trying to figure out the guy's name. It's Psych. Yeah, it's Big Psych. Okay? So this rapper might be someone good for you to know. Tyrus Himes. Okay? Because he's got a deep voice like you, right? And he's like a Tupac. He's in Tupac's. I think he's in Outlaws. Yeah. Thug Life. He was in Tupac's group Thug Life. So listen to Picture Me Rollin'. Here, and I'll send you a link to it. Rollin'. Okay? And then we'll listen to him together real quick, okay? Alright, because he's kind of got a delivery of what I think... of what you do sound like on the song you just sent me called Nothing Strange.
I got keys coming from overseas. Cost a nigga 200 G's. I'm a street commando, Nino, for example.
You hear that? You hear that?
Yeah.
You hear how I was kind of shouting, but not really shouting. He's like, Street Commando, you know, Street Commando Nino, for example. You know, I couldn't rap like that because my voice isn't that low. You know, your voice has to be down here. My voice is up here. My voice is kind of scratchy, right? My voice is kind of grating. And obviously, I mean, you've noticed, don't I talk really quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I rap really quick, okay? Like, it just makes sense, you know what I'm saying? And that way I know when I go to rap, I also talk really loudly. And that way I know when I go to rap, I sound like me, okay? So listen to that song and then look up other songs by that dude. But here's a good example of me talking, of me rapping how I actually talk, okay? I'm fast, I'm loud, and I'm a little grating, right? A little shrieking.
I'm a millionaire, I'm a young fuck, and I just don't care about your car, money, gossip, gossip, flash, get up and do second post, scrap it down to fuck your flow, that's why I don't write shit. You see what I did there? Well, now that that's done, look at that, like a midget and a blubber nose, bitch, I'm on TV, no, I'm in business, see, jokes so good, I'm whiskey, I'm spilling out for you. I depend on having deep pencils, especially if this pen is on, the end you won't end wrong, like everyone on the rest on the rest on the dead box. Bar, I'm so dumb, she focus, bar, I'm so fat, she gender, battle for bars, cause it's still hollow bar. Bar, start your engines, gun revving, car revving, the guy's got her this, and don't leave me so how much is that? How much is that? Okay, I'm done. That probably sounds the last one. Are we having fun? I said, are we having fun? Can't possibly keep this up. He's got like 3 minutes to go. I know.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, see, and so you can tell, like in real life, I talk fast, I talk loud, right? And I'm a really energetic talker. So then my rap sounds like that too. You know, it's fast, it's loud, and it's really energetic. And that's why that song came out so well. Okay?
Alright.
Okay, cool. You got any questions, man?
I don't have any questions, Marty.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, let's do it. Why don't you just, just message me again then, and we can meet again in a little bit, okay?
I will.
Alright, and I'll send you this video, alright?
Alright, thank you very much again, Martin.
Yeah, of course. I'll talk to you later, Darius. Bye now.
That was very helpful, thank you, bye.
Yeah, bye.